What's up, racing fans? This is LJ coming to you live from virtual Limaland Speedway. We are giving you live streaming action of the 3D Racing League March Madness Week 4 Series Pro Dirt Late Models. Thanks for joining us. They are wrapping up their practice and then driver meetings.
Arena, make the ground shake, make the ground scream. Me feeling knock out the enemy. Bring the fire when I fight to the melody. Blood fire, you beginner. Keep on the game, me a winner. Your man them know me a leader. When I come in the arena.
Let's go.
Cedar Creek Beef Jerky is family owned and operated in El Dorado Springs, Missouri. Our jerky is handmade from whole beef muscle, one piece at a time, by people, not machines. Get it in 1 ounce and 4 ounce bags, in original, hot, peppered teriyaki, and hot tea yaki flavors for the perfect protein snack. Cedar Creek Beef Jerky, feed the hunger inside you.
All right, racing fans, welcome back. This is LJ of the CC and LJ broadcast team. We are down a CC, however, due to family illness. So you're stuck with me again, second time this week that it's just been me trying to hold down this fort, which I do not do very well, as everyone likes to remind me, which just means I need to sing more, I think, judging off of prior broadcast feedback. Besides Cece's opinion, which doesn't count because she's not here to hit me if I disagree. Anyway, welcome to CC and LJ. This is 3D Racing presented by Centerville Smoke and Vape Shop. And I have that list here. Again, normally CC handles all this. Centerville Smoke and Vape Shop, Cedar Creek Beef Jerky, and Kinskin. So, these guys are the sponsors for this March Madness. We are halfway through the season. This is week 4 of 8. So let's take a quick look at the current standings. As you can see, we got Kevin Dedman up top with 2 total wins so far for the season. Chad Swartz in second with points, with Marcus Mays in third with points. And then Trevor Throne is right outside of the podium there. CJ Phillips also not far behind. Then we got Eric Keller, Greg Throne, Derek Keltner, Troy Jones, Brad Dyer rounding out the top 10. And then you can see 11 through 21 there on the bottom. So that's our standings through 3 weeks. Again, this is week 4. So that's what we got going on here. The drivers are qualifying right now. We got 2 more minutes of qualifying, then we will go right into the heat races. Tonight's heat races right now, the way we understand it, is it's going to be top 4 will advance from each heat race, depending on how many drivers showed up. May just be a B main, but everybody makes it. So we will see what happens, and then we'll have a 50-lap feature, which, this being Limaland, tiny little track, that's going to go in no time. So let's take a quick look at the track information. Again, it's only a quarter-mile oval track. Of course, it's 4 turns because it's oval. And my lord, it is toasty there today, 97 degrees. So it is a warm one in Lima, Ohio. Yeah, so we'll have to see if that affects the performance of the cars or the track. We will see. So what's the actual weather? Yeah, it's only 84, so I don't know why the track's so hot, but, you know, whatever. Anywho, how you guys been? It's been a while. What else we got? So, anyway, this series is brought to you by Centerville Smoke Shop, and I lost my sticking sheet again. Here we go. New vape customers for the Centerville Smoke and Vape Shop, which you can find them on Facebook if you search for Centerville Smoke and Vape. New vape customers, you can buy 1 vape juice and get a free vape. So BOGO, buy 1, get 1 on vape juice. And if you are already a customer, you can buy 1 vape and get the second vape 50% off. So that's awesome. Also, well, got to talk about Cedar Creek beef jerky. Use a special coupon code of 3D Racing when you place your order at cedarcreekbeefjerky.com and get yourself $2 off. And let me just tell you, they sent CC and LJ some of that beef jerky, one of their top, one of each of their top 4 flavors, and holy cow, amazing. Totally amazing. So I highly recommend it. You go to our YouTube channel, search for CC and LJ on YouTube, and you can see us opening up those bags and testing them out. Just good times. So, anyway, we're gridding up for the first heat race. Oh, man, I'm trying to do everything myself, and I hate doing everything myself. That's not what I wanted. I want this. Okay, so in this first heat race on the pole is the number 22, Kevin Dedman, and no surprise there. The number 1 Carvel, Eric Keller outside of him. On the second row, we got 13 of Jordan Lutz and the 63 of Clifford Driscoll. Third row is the number 2 of Justin Lawson and the 37 of Kevin Kaufman. Fourth row is the 29 of Scott Dobbs and the 4 of Frankie Gonzalez. Fifth row is the number 5 of Derek Keltner and the 55 of Michael Hellman. And rounding out in the 6th row is the 16 of Darren Bell and the 08 of Calvin Herring. So, make sure you participate in chat. Make sure you drop us a follow on Twitch. If you are watching this on YouTube, then this is the 3D Racing YouTube channel, not associated with CC and LJ, but definitely give them a follow as well. They do lots of different races. They got lots of things planned, so make sure you follow them. But for all of your other racing needs, make sure you drop us a follow on Twitch, twitch.tv/MurphStream. And if you really like what you see, you can always donate or subscribe, because that helps. All right. Sounds like they are getting into gear here. I'm going to try to do a little bit closer view than the full wide angle, because it's kind of hard to see the full wide angle, but we'll see. Definitely to start, though, I'm going to be fully wide angle because we kind of want to see everything and see where the action is. But it gives a good view right here of how small Limaland is. Again, it's only a quarter-mile track, so you're off the throttle and right back on it. I believe I heard from the race control in the pre-race that it was going to be 30% track usage. So I expect a slick racetrack, which it sounds like all the drivers were excited about. Well, most of the drivers were excited about, because what that means is that the high cushion is going to break down pretty quick, which means the low is going to come back in, and we're going to have side-by-side racing instead of just single file, which that's what we want to see, you know? All right, pit truck's in, lights are green, there goes the cars. Kevin with an early lead and a comfortable little cushion. Plenty of action right behind him with the 63 car staying on the high while 1 and 13 dove low, and it looks like the low line is in right now. 63 is doing nothing but losing spots. He went from second all the way down to fourth. 2 cars challenging him, hitting some tires. And while those tires aren't nearly as damaging as some places like Charlotte or Kokomo, they will still knock you a little bit silly. Oh, we got a car sideways. Looks like it was the number 2, the number 4, Frankie Gonzalez, and the number 55, somebody else. Michael Heilman. That sounds right. All right, so we got a little bit of door banging action as we're halfway through this heat race between the 2 car and the 5 car. But it looks like they've sorted it out right now. It's a pretty close race. I mean, you can't complain about this. It looks like all the lines are working. Real bunched up in the back there. So top 4 advance. So 63 has the 3rd place, but 4th place is anybody's grab on this final lap. As we come around, see who crosses the line. And, oh, I think 13 might have eked that out. We'll see what the results say. Maybe. Oh, come on, computer. I missed it. Well, we'll see. Sorry. Oh, I hate doing this by myself. All right. Second heat race in the pole is the 44 of Chad Smooth Schwartz. Outside pole is the number 17 of Trevor Throne. Second row is the 07 of Howard Weaver and the 95 of Greg Hitman Luce. Third row is the 6 of CJ Phillips and the 49 of Troy Jones. Fourth row is the 53 of Colton Collins and the 77 of Warren Samoy. And the fifth row is the 14 of Brian Wax and the 18 of Adam Lichty. Still screwing that up. But I don't think Adam is actually in the race, just like I'm not in the race. That's the race control and the broadcast car. And sorry, I got a little distracted. I got to take a look at this here. Ooh, look at that car. Slick. That's a good looking car right there. Look at that American flag. America! Damn it. And we got the Dirty Grass Soul sticker on the side of the 44 there. Kevin Deadman, who was the pole of the first heat race, is the band member of that group. You can find them on Spotify. They got a nice folksy sound to them. All right, not a lot of chat tonight. You guys are kind of quiet. That's kind of rude. Make fun of me. Make fun of CC. Make fun of Marcus Mays. Do something. I can't do this alone. I need you people. And the truth of the matter is, my voice hurts. And the same thing that's got Marcus under the weather today is affecting me too. My throat's real scratchy. My ears hurt. But we shall persevere. All right, Evergreen. Smooth Schwartz takes an early lead. Got a little bit of bumping and grinding from the 6 car into the 95, but they've sorted that out. Got a couple cars going way high, but I think that's more out of necessity than anything. And again, it's still got the 6 and the 95 side by side for that 4th and final position. Still got 6 laps to go for them to sort it out. But again, 95 gets into 6, checks up, has the 53 get into him. Basically 3 wide at the back of the pack. And then Greg Lewis, 95, is trying to get himself sorted. He's getting banged up by traffic. He's a little out of sorts here. And that allows our top 4 to kind of go into single file. But everybody should make the main event. I believe you can see that we had maybe 19 cars in the starting grid, so however, this will put them in a bit of a pickle, and they're still bumping and grinding. We got all sorts of cross words being spoken in the back of that pack there, I'd imagine. The front 4 is still single file, so I'm just kind of ignoring them. Oh, maybe not. Why would I say that? We got a little bit of a controversy for top 4. Let's see how they sort it out. Looks like Howard Weaver did pull it off, and I'm sorry I missed it. I'm going to try to watch that replay real quick. Again, this is hard to do by my lonesome, but we definitely need to see how that ended. And it won't let me because the heat race ended. Womp womp. So we go on to the next one. No, we don't. They are warming up. Doesn't look like they're doing a dash or anything like that. It's just a 2-minute warm-up. So, yeah, there we go. I believe our main event will be next, so for now we're just going to hang out and do the thing. And we'll be right back. All right, ladies and germs, we are ready for 50-lap feature here at Limaland. We got 3D Racing, brought to you by Centerville Smoke and Vape Shop, Cedar Creek Beef Jerky, and Ken Skins. You can find all of those products or businesses on Facebook. Search for them there, and you'll find them. And there are specials. Centerville Smoke and Vape Shop will give you buy one, get one vapes for new customers, or buy one, get one 50% off if you've already got one. And CedarCreekBeefJerky.com, if you go there, type in 3D Racing to save $2 off your order, and it is strongly recommended. CC and LJ were so lucky to be given some samples of their top 4 flavors, which were hot teriyaki, regular teriyaki, and original, and we were loving it. Unfortunately, my hound dog also loved it and got into 2 of those bags and destroyed them. You know, dogs doing what dogs will do. They couldn't resist that yummy smell either. Alright, so let's go ahead and quickly run through the starting grid here. See here, Kevin Dedman did end up on the pole with Chad Swartz in second. I thought he took that one heat race from Howard Weaver, but I guess he held on to it. Second row is Eric Keller, Howard Weaver. Third row is Clifford Driscoll and Trevor Throne. Fourth is Jordan Lutz and C.J. Phillips. Fifth is Scott Dobbs, Colton Collins. Sixth row, Derek Keltner, Warren Samoy. Seventh row is Kevin Kaufman and Brian Wax. Eighth is Frankie Gonzalez and Greg Lewis. Ninth is Justin Lawson and Troy Jones. And the 10th row is Michael Hellman, and he's by himself because Adam is the race control. So there are your starting grid at Limaland 50-lap feature. This should be a quick race if they can keep it under green. And let's see what happens as we start this race off. Well, we got some blinking action going on in the middle of the pack. That could be a little dangerous, but everyone seems to be holding it together. We do have some 3-wide action all over the place. Nice tight field. That's what we like to see. A little bumping and grinding, but everyone's keeping it together so far. 4 wide going into turn 3. That's exciting stuff. Not much of a racetrack to be doing that sort of thing, but they're holding it together and pulling it off. Got some cars going over the infield tires, some cars running a little bit higher, but nobody's really up on the top cushion. A couple cars in the back are running the top cushion. Good Lord, we got 3 wide for 3rd place. Let's see how this pans out. Oh, almost 4 wide. Definitely 3 wide. Too close to call for 2nd place right now. I'm just going to shut up and watch because this is, you don't need me telling you how exciting this is. Man, look at that. Oh, got a little bit of a bump, but again, everybody's giving each other as much room as really is possible in this small track. You can see how there's really not much of a straightaway. All you're doing is coming out of the corner and getting ready for the next one. All right, we did get under caution. Looks like the 77 and the 49 got into a little bit of a tussle in the back. We'll go take a look at that. Maybe I missed it. Oh yeah, not too bad. That pole didn't help his chances, but it doesn't look like it's broke his front end. 49 got a little into 77. 77 had to chuck up. 49 didn't chuck up in time, but looks pretty innocent. Possibly an EOL penalty, but I don't know. All right, we are 1 to green. The drivers are getting back into order here. All right, and our Pace Mustang should be diving into the pits. There it goes, and we're off for lap 11. Coming up on lap 12 should be, I believe. Yep, so we're on lap 12. And again, 3 wide up front. Oh, that was a hell of a move by the 1 car. Got right around 63. Didn't quite get it, but still trying. Lots of racing to watch. Can't comment on all of it. This is just too much to see. Ha! If this were road racing, we'd have a lot of cut course penalties, but this ain't. This is dirt track racing. This is an over. Get over it. Again, you are watching 3D Racing at Limaland, Week 4 of their March Madness series. I am LJ of the CC and LJ broadcast team. Find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/MurphStream or on YouTube. Caution again. Looks like we got 4 cars caught up in the melee in the back. The 14, the 55, the 77, and the 29. So we'll see if we can take a look at what happened here. Looks okay from that first angle here. One car fell off the pace. Is that what caused it? I don't know. Who is that? Who's that in the back there? Can't tell. We're still in the green here. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, there we go. Again, not all that bad. Just a couple cars getting sideways and a little door banging, but looks clean. Just a racing incident, so that's good. There goes the pit car, and there goes Kevin Dedman with the with another restart in the lead. Let's see what happens behind him. Coming up on the halfway mark for this race. Looks like all of our cars are still in it, so that's great. Everyone's staying on the low line. That's really encouraging to see. Have to see if about the halfway mark, if it starts to break down and those guys start drifting a little higher, or if they're just kind of going with where they got room. Some of them may not be in the line they want to be. They just got no choice because there's a lot of cars and not a lot of racetrack. Well, it looks like the 07 trying to find that cushion up high. We'll see if he gets any ground game. Hard to say. Him and the 63 are kind of doing a little bit of a swapperoo. Now the 63 is running the high line. And it looks about the same, though. I mean, neither one of them is gaining on each other, so. Lots of congestion in the middle of the field. Definitely some 3-wide action. With Greg Lewis kind of sandwiched in between a bunch of other cars. I'm sure it's not where he wants to be, but looks like they're holding their own. This right here is a testament to a good field of drivers, though. I mean, they are as close as can be. And, oh, the 29 and the 2 car looks like they're in a bit of a heat back here. Take a look. And that does put us at the halfway mark for this race. The wrong camera on. Again, looks like 2 might have chucked up a little, and 29 got a little overzealous. Kind of went on a run and knocked him around a little. I'd imagine that's worthy of an EOL penalty for 29. 2 looks a little banged up, but not too bad by dirt late model standards. All right, pit truck's in. Lights are green. Cars are gone. That's one other nice thing about a short track is it's short cautions too. Oh, 77 and the 1 door banging each other, but survived. Now we are 3, kind of 4 wide for the 2nd position. Hello, Dolly. We got some racing action here. going to pull it out. Looks like Eric Keller in the one car has got a slight advantage. 07 saying, screw your track, I'm running through the pits. 63 still trying to make that cushion work, maybe just to stay out of the traffic's way. It may not be so much, and maybe the 17 thought the same thing. It maybe not so much that it's the faster line, but there's no traffic up there, so they can kind of get a little bit of momentum going. And now, I don't know what that was, if that was a block or just a bad slide by the 07 car, but that was a little bit interesting. Howard Weaver, one of the better drivers in the field, so I'm going to err on the side of caution and not assume that that was anything intentional. Now he's trying that whole let's find some traction in the pits maneuver. It's not legal unless you get caught. It's not illegal unless you get caught, right? Again, there's just so much action. It's so hard to pick a driver or part of the field to focus on. Just things going on everywhere. Alright, we are at lap 36 of 50, so we've got 14 to go. It'll be 13 to go across the line right now. So again, we got a real quick race. It'll be a short broadcast tonight, which is fine by me because my voice hurts already. Trying to take a look, trying to take a peek at the leader here. See if he's under any duress. Oh, we just got the 2 car and the 29 car. Looks like they just dove into the pits. Did we keep it green though? I think we did. Alright, so Eric is trying to make a little bit of noise on the 22, but not too drastic at the moment. Take a peek around the field here. Lots of action in the back of the pack. Hard enough for me to keep track of who's who or what's what. We do have some cars making moves. Colton Collins of the 53 has lost 5 spots. Clifford Driscoll's lost 4. But Derek Keltner and Troy Jones have gained 3 spots. So definitely some moves going around. Kevin Dedman has our best lap right now at 13.259. Not surprising. He's got clean air and no traffic, so he doesn't have to fight for it. Now we just hope that we stay green for these last 5.5 laps so that we can see how it pans out. Again, Kevin has a decent lead on Eric for the top spot. They are coming up on lap traffic, but I don't think it's going to be a factor in 5 short laps here. The rest of the field is pretty well sparsed out. The only 2 cars that are out of the race are the 29 of Scott Dobbs and the 2 of Justin Lawson, unfortunately. Everybody else is still in it and still battling hard. Lots more cars up on the cushion, but again, I am interested to ask if it was out of necessity for traffic, or if they actually thought the cushion was coming in and the load was bringing down. Ooh, lots of checking up there. All right, when we come around this next time, and, looks like we are getting a little bit closer with 2 to go. Gonna check in on our leaders. Maybe, there we go. All right, so we got Eric tracing Kevin down. They have a white flag in their windscreen, which they don't even have. So I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Looks like Kevin is going to win this race. So look and see if there's anything else happening in the back of the field here. Alright, so let's take a look at those results here. You can tell I'm just completely lost without Cece here. She runs this thing. Alright, so there's your top 10 results. Kevin Dedman, Eric Keller, and CJ Phillips are your podium winners. The 07 of Howard Weaver, Trevor Throne, Derek Keltner, Troy Jones, Frankie Gonzalez, Chad Swartz, and Clifford Driscoll round out your top 10. So we should have interviews with our podium cars. So we will take a quick peek at that and get back to you here in just a moment. Again, this is CC and LJ with 3D Racing. We just watched 50 laps at Limaland, brought to you by Centerville Smoke and Vape Shop, Cedar Creek Beef Jerky, and Kinski's. All right. We got CJ Phillips, who is on the 6th car, who got 3rd place in tonight's 50-lap feature at Limaland. CJ, what'd you think? It seemed like a constant 3 or 4 wide battle for 3rd place. So congratulations on winning that battle. That, I think, was harder fought than anyone else.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I started back in 8th, and I really didn't think I had the speed tonight, but I moved up about middle way, kind of halfway through the race, and I think I got into Clifford a little bit there, and I want to apologize for that. We were just really close racing.
It's Limaland with a full field of cars, so there was plenty of bumping and grinding, but it all looked pretty clean from up here in the booth, so good job to everybody, really. That was a testament to a bunch of good drivers holding their own. There was a couple of missteps, but everything looked as clean as could be expected. So how was the track?
It was good. It was slick. Everybody was real down on the bottom. I like this track up on the top, which finally came in kind of towards the end. But Kevin and Eric were just killing us on the bottom of it.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like any cars that were going up to the top were doing it out of necessity for traffic more so than it was that the cushion was coming in. I didn't know, when you were doing your passing, were you staying low and just working your way through traffic, or did you go high and get around them?
Honestly, I think to the last 10 laps, I was trying to run the bottom, trying to jump up to the top when I had to, but I was just slower than everybody. And I moved to about the middle way and was just real easy on the throttle, and that's where I picked up the most spots right there.
Awesome, man. Well, good job on your podium finish, and here's your moment to say anything you want to say.
I appreciate it. I'd like to thank God first. I'd like to thank my family and my wife for supporting me through all my racing career and real life. Just thanks for 3D for putting this on. All these guys are great drivers, and I'm really enjoying this right now. And props to Kevin, because he keeps whooping us every week.
That's for sure. All right, well, thanks a lot, CJ. We'll see you next time, bud.
Thanks.
Hey, Eric. Welcome to CCNLJ broadcast booth post-race interview for your 2nd place finish in that one car. Didn't have enough for old Kevin Dedman. You haven't figured out how he's cheating yet?
Nope, couldn't figure it out. I mean, I had 5 laps to go when I started pulling on him, and caught back up to him, and he had to move up to where I would have passed him right there with a couple to go. But he had it locked down on the bottom for most of the race, but I think it went away right there at the end for him.
I'll tell you, those restarts were nerve-wracking. I don't know how much of it you could see behind you, but they were 3-4 wide. I mean, even you were involved in some of the 3 and 4 wide restarts, but everyone kept it pretty clean, right?
Yeah, I mean, I never got beat enough to get, any damage. I could feel them all over me. And starting on the outside whenever you want to be on the bottom, and that's kind of how I felt, or how I figured that line out. And because 2nd place or 3rd place guy, he'd be underneath me, and I just kept it, cool and smooth, and ended up passing him within, 2 laps and getting my 2nd place back. So I knew it was there for the end of the race, and but I couldn't capitalize on that last couple laps to get around Kevin.
Yeah, I just needed a couple more laps to make it interesting. I mean, we did definitely notice, because I started watching all the pack traffic in the back, and then I looked at my review screen, and all of a sudden I saw you right up on him. I was like, uh-oh. So we did watch you guys battle the last few laps. Looked like you almost had enough, but just needed a couple more laps to finish it off. But that was a great race. It was a short race, but definitely plenty of excitement. Not too many yellows, so it was good to see.
Yeah, it was absolutely fun. And I just want to thank 3D, man. Like, we're, pretty new team, and everybody seems to be clicking together, and for the most part, it's a great hangout, great place. We're getting the broadcasting going. Cedar Creek Beef Jerky, Kevin Dedman's band, they're awesome to listen to. If you can't get a chance, check them out as well.
Yeah, Dirty Grass Soul, which is on Spotify.
Dirty Grass Soul, they're on point. I listen to them at work all the time, man. It's soothing country, kind of a blues music.
Yeah, kind of folksy is the way I described it. Awesome, man. Yeah, sorry, my push to talk didn't work. Yeah, it's kind of folksy is the way I tend to describe it. But anyone else that you want to shout out to real quick?
No, I think that's it. Ken Skins as my painter. Check him out on...
Yeah, I got to get with him. I need to get a CC and LJ skin for my cars here.
Check him out, man. He's the best in the business for us.
Awesome. All right, well, thanks, Eric. Congratulations on your second place finish, and try to get Kevin next week, okay?
Appreciate it. I'm always coming for Kevin.
All right, 10-4. See ya.
For whatever reason.
Oh, sorry, Kevin. I kind of pulled you up to the booth here in the middle of your sentence, but wanted to get my quick say in with you. Another dominating finish, another dominating performance, pretty much wire to wire. Was the track slick enough for your liking?
Yeah, man, it was definitely, that was a different Limaland than I've ever ran on before, though. It was definitely around the bottom there for most of the race, and that was a lot different than it usually is there. But I was glad to get back in victory lane, man. Howard stole one away from me last weekend, so I really wanted to get back in victory lane this week.
Well, you did it, and you did it in commanding fashion like we saw in the first 2 weeks, so you're definitely back up top. We are playing Dirty Grass Soul right now on the stream.
Sweet. Thanks. Appreciate it, guys.
No problem. Love it. I noticed that you kind of stayed low, but Eric was telling us that he started to kind of figure out that it was working a little bit up the track from the low, and you had to move up or he was going to pass you. He made it interesting the last few laps there.
Yeah, he did, man. I saw him coming, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to chase around another line. I don't think he's got enough time to get to me. And then he did have enough. He got there. He just really started running me down. So I kind of had to throw a slide job on him going into one, and then got that middle line. And then I just stayed on that middle line and was able to pull back off from him. But man, he had a great race, and definitely had me looking in my mirror there for a little bit.
Yeah, just be glad that you were up in there in the clean air, because behind you, it was 3 wide, 4 wide, all the way back to the back of the pack. It was insane. And the fact that we only had a few cautions there and no real dirtiness at all, everything that would happen was just 2 cars trying to be in the same place at the same time. But consider yourself very fortunate to be up there, which I guess is more of a matter of your skill of qualifying well and winning your heat race.
Yeah, I was glad to get to start up front, because there's a lot of good guys in this series, and Limaland obviously being so tight, track position does matter. But I don't know what it is about this track on this new build, man. In my opinion, it's probably the raciest track on iRacing right now. We had a killer race last weekend in the ESR Red Eye League, and it's just been a fun track to drive on.
Yeah, no, every line seemed to be working. It was really exciting to watch from the booth. I mean, 4 wide cars and nobody's really getting an advantage on any particular line, so it was 100% driver. So it's very, very fun to see for sure. But congratulations again for your 3rd win in 4 weeks. So here's your time to say anything you want to say.
Yeah, man. Great run to Eric and CJ. So shout out to those guys for a heck of a race. And old Howard pulling it in 4th. He was looking kind of slow that race. I don't know what was wrong with Howard. Um, but thank you to Dirty Grass Soul and Team VLR, obviously, and Full Throttle Performance, Slide Job Ranch, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and I believe that about does it. CC and LJ, you guys do an awesome job in the booth too. Thanks to y'all and Team 3D Racing as well for putting on this series. It's been a great run.
We do very much appreciate it. Tonight, CC is a little under the weather, so it's just LJ in the booth, and I'm exhausted because I'm used to her telling me how to do this, and I just can't do it without her.
Yeah, I heard that, man. Well, tell her we missed her. Didn't get our weekly conversation in this one.
She'll be back next week strong, so you'll definitely get your chance, and I'm sure you'll be on a podium again to do it.
I sure hope so, man.
All right, take care, Kevin. Good luck, and have a good week.
All right, thank you, LJ. Appreciate it, buddy. Y'all have a good one.
All right, so that is the top three of CJ Phillips, Eric Keller, and Kevin Dedman. And this was 3D Racing, brought to you by Centerville Smoke and Vape Shop, Cedar Creek Beef Jerky, and Kinskins. I am LJ of the CC and LJ broadcast team, and we will be back tomorrow night for our next stream, so be sure to join us. Follow us on twitch.tv/MurphStream. Search for us on Facebook at CC and LJ, and we'll catch you next time.